Hello and welcome back to another VOD review. My name is Silky, and today we are reviewing a game from streamer and personality JawTV on Twitch. Icebox game, pretty recent. Silver 3 rank. I guess this is the new act, right? So I know Jaw personally. Previously was like plat, so not expecting quote unquote Act 1 silver play here, but we'll see how this goes.
Could you maybe come mid for a second?
Okay, so I think it's a good flash to slow people down here. I think it's kind of actually, this is okay, because you've got Reyna right behind you. I'm curious about that smoke and what you think it accomplishes. I guess it does isolate. But see, now you're isolated from both angles. Like you essentially had to push through that smoke by yourself. It probably would have been better to put the smoke maybe here. That way you can take this fight first. Because if you had done this smoke here, then the Omen wouldn't have seen you. Less chance that he kills you. As opposed to pushing by the smoke by yourself. Or pushing through a smoke when you've smoked yourself off. I mean, it was a tough situation. You were 1v4, maybe even 1v5.
I mean, they need more maps. The maps are so hard to make in this game. I can't even imagine. I don't even game dev, but I can't even imagine.
But when thinking about using your smokes on a retake like that, you want to try and isolate the angles. And so actually, I think that first smoke back here was okay, because you just isolated the backside, and you already saw one that was back there. But then when thinking about pushing through, I would potentially isolate this, or isolate up above the site, whatever that spot is, like where you take the rope up.
So now we actually got to think about what we're buying util-wise. I think it's going to be A again.
Looks like a lot A.
The Jet's going to be up top, probably with the Marshall. She dashed site. Probably up there. We can break this wall. Don't push in yet. Just break the wall. I have a blind. I can blind default.
I like how you're calling out your utility too.
I'm going to be burning through all my goddamn ammo.
Oh shit, okay. 3v3. It's tough but winnable. 2v2. See, this smoke is a little bit better because you kind of do, like you could have walked around it and isolated this guy potentially, but really what you should do in this 2v2 situation, like this guy's already so weak and you guys only have pistols, they have like specters, and I think Omen might even have a stinger. Way smarter for you guys to just like for you to probably follow him and go around this side so that you take the fight together, because he's basically one shot, and so if anything you want to just try and bait him. Yeah, see, now it's really like you can't get a trade on. I mean, you get that kill, so now it's 1v1, but you're again in the same situation where you're one shot basically.
Did she hit it all?
Ooh, unlucky. Good try. In that situation, something that can be really strong. It's not as strong in this act rank as it was in the previous, but because the classic's been nerfed a little bit. But if you do a left click shot and then a quick right click shot, it's like it's very fast, and especially if you hit a headshot in that scenario like you did. Jet was probably one shot, so any body shot, or if two of those three right click shots hit, that could have been a kill there. Just something to think about. It's just like a quick tap, left click, right click. But I mean, for what that was, like you guys had classics, bringing it down to a 1v1, well done. Just think about on your retake in that kind of a scenario, corralling your teammates in a way so that you play together. You did a good job of calling out what utility you had. It would be good to hear you potentially ask your teammates what they have in a retake scenario, and then that'll give you the most information possible to know how you can go about doing your retake. So I'm going to look for that throughout the rest of this game to see how well you continue to communicate your own utility in these kinds of retake scenarios, and how well you kind of solicit information from your teammates and figure out what they have left.
I'll slowly push a little bit with my blind. Just make sure we have blinds for retake. Yeah, dude.
So this is kind of tough because if you look at the way you guys are set up, like you guys don't really have that much information. Like, yes, this is smoked, so you're not really going to see if someone comes around this way unless they push through and go like that. But Sova is like not watching anything. And okay, I guess there'd be anyways.
Actually, no, I'm not. Oh shit, is that Spike? Wait, where's Spike?
In that scenario, I just think it's better, especially since there's two of you there, to play in a way so that you can get some early information on if they are going to come A.
I'm gonna smoke left side of yellow. Careful kitchen, could be late flank.
In this scenario, maybe you just smoke on bomb and have someone stick. Oh, unlucky.
Nope. Nice, good shit. Good shit, Sova.
Let's watch this retake again.
Did they wall it? Alright, I'm gonna smoke left side of yellow. Careful kitchen.
So again, 4v4, like no one's really talking. You guys are just kind of pushing, and luckily you do win your gunfights, and Sova does dart, but it would be great to hear like some questions like, do you have a dart? Like, do you have flashes, Reyna? Like, what do you guys have left, you know? Just to kind of coordinate on the retake.
Smoke.
It works out, you guys just win all your gunfights, which is sweet.
There's so many questions. There's probably like
I do like your smokes on the retake there.
philosophy, you know.
But as opposed to smoking both sides, I think it's smarter to smoke one side and then smoke the bomb. And that way you can tap it more safely. That way you do isolate the one side, so if they do swing around this way, your teammates can fight that. And then if you smoked bomb and you smoked right here, like anyone trying to peek and shoot you, like they have no idea really unless someone pings bomb for them, and even that is kind of a lucky scenario for them to kill you.
Yeah, they're definitely divisive, but the thing is, people aren't gonna like every map. Can I get a buy? Thanks. Yeah, split's still the worst one. That needs a rework for sure.
Drop bomb outside A.
Interesting smoke. This looks like it's like on the lower side, so. Oh, they're already up. So like Sage is like right here.
Okay, here. I'm gonna TP behind. Wait for me. We have plenty of time to retake.
So they probably know that you're here since you TP'd. Like they should expect you. So let's see what they do.
Where? Do you know where they are?
Nice shot.
It was Omen back
Oh, you
side?
saw him.
He's on top now.
Ooh. I don't like you having your knife out there. And again, you should think, yeah, okay, this is... Oh, you hear him backside, I think? Never mind. Well played, honestly, tapping there. And this is a good smoke, the way that you have it, like, so you can
Thanks.
kind of tap it, you know, and they're forced to check, as opposed to, like, you smoking, like, somewhere
I mean, we don't have a
that he can, like, push through and then, like, see you easily when you're on bomb.
I'm fine with that.
That was well done. Good clutch. Because in that case, in that scenario too, you did call for your teammates to wait while you're on flank, and then honestly, they all died before you were even in a scenario to like do anything. So I think you played that well in terms of like trying to coordinate your team.
I mean, it's just the game, man. I'm gonna keep reminding him until this up's here. Nice kills.
In the scenario, you guys have 5v3. It seems like they're pushed up on B, but at this point you don't have that much information. I don't like you having your knife out here again because like, so if we back up 10 seconds, and let me just like kind of clarify what I'm thinking here. So 5v3, then they res. You see where 2 of them are, but there could still be some like hanging out lurking. Now Reyna ults and you're not, now you have no idea where they really are. Okay, so one's like pushed up here. You guys have no control of any of this. Like potentially one could have crept back behind. Maybe they're coming back B. One could be like literally right here. I don't think it's very safe or smart to push in this scenario when you have so little information, and especially with your knife out.
Up mid?
So, oh yeah, see, someone could swing around there and kill you, and then there was one in kitchen. You're still running with your knife out, like you have no idea if they're coming back down tube.
Chill, don't peek, please don't peek. Just hold.
And now this 5v3 or 5v4, I guess, turns into a 2v3. Just unlucky now. It's a 1v3. Good shot. Unlucky. Yeah, I think it's probably better to play a little bit more patient there, or potentially fall off and like support your team in mid when you have the advantage like that. Because especially like if you are pushing up and you get picked by someone that's like lurking, or when you come around this corner you get killed, they presumably know where your teammates are, and they could recognize, hey, A is open, and then they all just run towards A. In those scenarios when you have advantages, I think it's very enticing to try and push, but generally I think it's smarter to play safer.
Yeah.
So just something to think about.
I don't know. I feel like our comms are coming in a little late. We need to kind of just call out when we hear footsteps, because I feel like they're just running everywhere.
And I can't see the rest of your money situation here, but like I see that Reyna bought. You can't buy. This guy can't buy. I don't know what these two are doing, but
You wanna push me?
something to think about. I haven't seen you. Maybe you're thinking it, right? But I haven't seen you call out what the enemy team looks like in terms of money yet either. Something that is good to be aware of, you know, like what kind of buy are they on, and also not just knowing what they have, but recognizing what you guys can buy and coordinating around that.
Okay.
Because Reyna just bought, you guys didn't really buy, so you can buy next round, but presumably Reyna's not going to be able to buy next round if things don't go well. Okay, so you see one up on A. You don't have any other information. But I like that you and Jett are pushing this together. Okay, now you know for sure 3 are over there, and you can just assume that it's going to be an A hit. Still, one could have been lurking, like on the other side, like over here, potentially. You didn't check over there once. I guess it's okay, but something to be aware of. It is still early in the game, so you don't really know if they are lurkers, so to say. And they haven't really been lurking up until now, but tough situation because they know you're on flank. And I'm just curious what this smoke is supposed to accomplish, because at this point, right, you have so many angles here to clear. Like, this doesn't really help you breach that first angle. I think it would be smarter to, and knowing what gun you have, right? Like, it might be stronger to smoke off this, like, longer angle, like here, so that you can approach with the frenzy. It's probably smarter and more feasible for you to, like, loop around this way with the frenzy and take a fight back over here, as opposed to, like, try and take a long-range one with one that's, like, someone that's, like, backside. You know, if someone peeked you from back here, that's a really hard fight. Someone peeks you from like default, that's a really hard fight with the frenzy as well.
He was hiding in the corner the whole time. I was just trying to bait and lose.
Oh, thanks, Kev. I appreciate that, dude. Hiko was a friggin' legend, man. Let's play for our lives, guys. We're dying.
Yeah, see, and now you guys are a little bit uncoordinated on your buy again. Not the end of the world, but small things like this can really like make or break games, you know?
It's whatever. I actually didn't even see what my teammates' act ranks were. They have a silver 3 on their team, apparently. It's better than our fraggers. And we get the Yoru, who's not really good at the game, you know?
I'm lucky that this guy got picked.
They know you're there. I got you. Alright, they're walling it. Break the wall.
I'm lucky. Yeah, I like these smokes.
1 HP.
Oh, one crossed you. Nice. Ooh, 1v3 here. Oh, you guys are kind of lined up. It's kind of scary. No way he peeks, right?
Nice. Good work.
Kind of weird.
Phew,
Solid
but,
retake. Again, would be nice to hear you
yeah.
try and corral around your teammates and understand what kind of utility they have. Sometimes it works out, you know? Like, people just kind of play individually or individualistically. Like, they just have an instinct for how to know how to use their utility. But something to think about, you know, like taking that like leadership sort of role in a lobby. And you know, people don't always respond to that very well. Like some people kind of be like, "Fuck you! Why are you trying to tell me what to do or how to play?" And you just kind of have to adjust to that. But so far, your teammates seem like homies, and potentially you could try to corral them.
See that, dude? They're just fucking running out, man. It's crazy.
Let's have a let's trade.
Okay, you're in a good pushed up position. They probably have no idea that you're this close. Oh, unlucky.
Or they don't want to spend two. Yeah, no, yeah, totally. You can unlock them over time. There's no rush. I was gonna.
Yeah, see, Yoru still has so much utility here. Like, he could TP, get a flash for you or something. Oh, man, unlucky.
Oh, so the people mid.
I do like that aggressive, like, space taking that you did there. It's unlucky that no one peeked you or, like,
Again, I'm just gonna walk
that
out.
you were unable to surprise someone, but
Just be committing hard to either mid A or B, not really going mid much. Gotta control the rotate maybe. Eco's a ton of fun. I love his humor. All right, there's a lot mid. I think they're going tube.
I don't know about the smoke because your Sova is contesting this for you. Like, if anything, you should try and fight this with him, because what this does is there are already two people in tube. Your Reyna's fighting down tube as well. This smoke allows them to more easily get into tube, the rest of them. Like, they have a free crossing now. Like, this smoke, I would say, honestly, is working against you. So kind of I just don't know if this is the best, because right, there's two of you here to potentially contest this together versus Reyna by herself fighting tube. If now all of them can come up tube like more freely, if they even trade out Reyna, then they have so much access to B site. This guy's pretty isolated. Like, all of a sudden they take kitchen, it becomes really difficult for Sova to rotate and try and take space here. And presumably, like, they're all here.
I don't know where the fuck I'm going, dude. They do have a res.
So just something to think about, like the way you're using your smokes to kind of isolate and
Going up tube.
you know, at the beginning of that round too, you said something like, let's try and contest mid, like the rotate's a little bit better. And if you're smoking mid off like that and you don't have visibility down mid, like that makes it pretty hard to contest, right? So I think you have the right idea there,
Sometimes I'm really, really hard on
but
myself.
perhaps the execution isn't like reflecting what you have in
When
mind.
I was like starting to play this game, my attitude was like, I'm the worst player. Which is not a great attitude to have. Even though it's not like egotistical. I don't know. You just gotta focus on improving. That's really all you can do. Can't focus on what your teammates are doing, because they're never gonna do what you want, even if you know, make a play call. So control what you can. I'm just gonna go.
This is a good smoke because now you can more freely cross over to go to B if you wanted to help B.
No, I saw her.
Oh, I hate when this happens.
But this
Are they going lane?
Yeah, wow, so pushed up by yourself, and you have very little information. If one came from A now behind you, you'd be so dead. Oh, it's such a dangerous place to smoke too, like this, man. Like, if they do come back around the corner like this, like, I guess it's a good smoke, but I don't know. It hasn't happened yet that you get killed with your utility out, but see if that would have happened like 5 seconds sooner, 3 seconds sooner, you would have been dead to rights. But now you're on flank and
That's on AM.
2v4.
Knew it.
That's alright. We retake together. We got plenty of time.
Yeah, see, you're really
No way, tag 80s.
you're by yourself at this point, like, and you don't have any information. You see Omen's here, but Sky could be back here, you know, potentially isolating you,
Was he the only one there?
and you're making a bunch of footsteps.
He's probably getting healed by Sky though.
So it's possible that you end up having to take a 1v1 here. Oh, unlucky, unlucky.
Like a bait, dude. One more. He's up top. Yeah.
When you guys can sing.
Nice. Good shit.
Bro, I had a weird feeling that they're gonna go back. So they weren't committing.
Sometimes it seems like you
Fucking jet.
navigate the map in a way
I think there's a difference between being
where you
confident and, like,
assume
egotistical or
that you're going to be safe, like in that last round, the way you were moving down through mid. It just seemed like you assumed that they were all on B when your Yoru called that they were pushing B. And, you know, that's just not always going to be the case. If one could have come out A and then they did end up planting on A, then you would be dead.
and, like,
It hasn't,
this idea of,
again,
like, faking
you haven't been
it,
punished for it yet this game,
which
but
is very prevalent in like, the film industry,
just
which is the industry I
being
work in.
aware of the fact that, like, just because someone calls B doesn't rule out the fact that someone could be lurking on A is something to be cognizant about, and it's just like a deeper sort of understanding of the game that comes with time, but you can challenge yourself to ask yourself to question, like, okay, he called B, how many did he see, what other information do we have we seen anyone A, you know,
I started streaming
and that can make the difference between
um,
getting to that next tier
um,
and improving your game.
that smoke is so slow. It's just not a good practice.
Bombs here.
It's not a good practice, you know? Where's this gonna put me? Oh, just here.
Nice shot. Unlucky.
Guy hit 113. She's going right, left side.
Peeking through smoke there felt really dangerous to me. Especially, actually, you already used your flash, but, you know, at this point, it was called that it was an A push, and you push through the smoke. If you get killed here, like, this gives up so much space because your teammates are playing so far back on site. This worked out this time, right? Maybe they didn't expect you to push through smoke and you just win the gunfight, but
This guy hit 113. She's going right, left side. Whoa, close left, close left. Nice.
oh, Jesus.
Oh my god. Let's go.
3v1. I'm gonna skip ahead, but you see what I mean, like, in terms of oh wow, and that guy clutches out the round.
Yeah,
In terms of just playing a little bit
can
safer
lead
and
to pretty bad spots.
potentially hiding in the smoke in that
It's
scenario.
important to
If
increase
you're feeling your
confidence
shot
increase your
and
knowledge
you're feeling confident, then I don't think it's a bad idea to take that kind of a risky play once.
be confident from there because you've earned it, right? You've earned the confidence. So, I don't know. There's a balance. I worked mostly in commercial film. I did like some indie projects as well.
Last round, we had ults.
It's 6-6, not bad. We smoked A.
I heard bunch A.
I would like to see you hold onto your flashes a little bit sooner.
Should have stayed in the smoke.
Because in that scenario, like, yes, they called A, but ooh, unlucky scenario there. I think, like, they called A, but your flash didn't really do a whole lot, you know? Maybe it slowed down the push a little bit. But I think that there are ways that you can play around it to where you just hide in the smoke, and then when your teammate is a little bit closer and can potentially capitalize off of your flash, that you coordinate with them to say, like, I'm flashing, like, peek off this, something like that. Because even for yourself, when you flashed there, you weren't able to really capitalize off of it too much. I understand that it does probably control the space, particularly, like, down here.
I hit the Omen for 80. Jet is not not hit, but
And just unlucky on those shots. That's a really tough scenario, right? When two people are peeking you at the same time. Let's take a look at that gunfight again. I'm curious about your crosshair placement. So you would have gotten that guy. And then your flick is like a little bit ineffective. So if we look at the path that your crosshair takes, because this is a thing that you can practice for sure in aim labs, right? Like, so you're here and you need to go here. Like, this would be the most efficient path. Instead, you do like a right angle, kind of, right? There is a drill in aim labs where essentially 2 points will appear and the most efficient line between it will be shown. And the goal is to click on it in one space, go to the other, click on the first dot, move efficiently to the next dot, and then move efficiently back. That could be a really good drill for you to practice in this scenario, because then you also...
and then
let's take a look at how you flick to jet as well then. So you take this right click, and then actually that was pretty efficient right there. You know, you just overflicked a little bit. It's a different kind of thing. I'll keep an eye out in the rest of this recording for how you make your flicks and just like the efficiency, I guess, of your cursor path. But that's absolutely something that can be trained and kind of improved.
The only exciting project I really worked on was
Oh man, I'm lucky there.
yeah, Kirchberg's, just like a lot of commercial stuff.
So 5-7, honestly, on this map is not bad.
It's actually funny. I worked on the series finale. Fucking A.
Nice. So that was a good flash, right? Because you guys know Sky's up there, but you didn't really coordinate around it very well. Like, you didn't call that you were flashing and for them to push up tube behind it or something. And now you have the bomb and you're going under tube by yourself. Yes, these guys are pushing up on B, but if these guys don't take tube control, like up into kitchen, or if you get shot in the back here, like someone's pushing through smoke or someone wrapping around from A, because you guys don't have anyone watching this, like, your team is in a really bad spot in terms of having the spike be down.
She backed off kitchen. You can probably take some space there. Can you guys come to site? She's pushing yellow, left side. Three here.
Unlucky. Yeah, see, you're kind of by yourself there in a tough spot where like people aren't really able to trade off of you.
Yeah, Donnie is a weirdo, dude. He's like the ladies love.
Yeah, unlucky.
It was just really weird. And he's married too. I mean, I don't know if he's like a promiscuous dude. Maybe he is. But,
If they could have pushed kitchen a little bit faster off of your flash, like if you would have communicated that, that might have been a little bit of a safer play.
Very chill. He's a good chef.
So just something to think about.
Airport, that was fun. Really quiet and awkward, but
Because that flash moves really fast too, right? Like if people don't know you're flashing, it's really hard for them to capitalize off of it.
let's back out.
Probably hold for a flank for a second.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, unlucky. The second you look away.
So I was a production assistant, or what did they call me? Production coordinator was the term. Titles in film are so funny because they could mean the same thing, or they could mean a different thing, you know. Oh, we got the new. I kind of like it. It's kind of cool. It looks like a, like a Infinite Warfare gun or something. Even though I never played it.
Do you guys feel Weird the Vandal?
Nice pick. Let's go B.
I like your call here, and then unfortunately Silva is like just doing his own thing, like lurking. But the thing is, he's running too. Like his lurk is not even going to be that effective. And then that's just unlucky that you're not able to trade him out.
Fucking Vandal. Sage is yellow. Could be sight. One is toward mid. Under two, kind of.
I do like your call, and I think if you're able to kill
Last
Sage in that scenario, like, it's probably an easy take, an easy plant. But good idea, like, trying to get your team to work together there.
What faction?
I put it about dating.
That's unlucky, man.
Damn, unlucky.
It's gonna be good.
He was literally walking straight like in the wall.
It's telling if you're entry and you're telling someone to stop baiting, you're not playing entry right. That's all.
Alright, so you guys are priming for a quick A.
Just go fast here.
I like that smoke.
Flashing left side.
Good communication there on that utility. And I like that too. See, in this scenario too, though, something to think about when you're planting, like you guys have taken so much of space, so much space. This is smoked, this is smoked. Like you have someone presumably watching this for you. I would plant a little bit more open. Like you have the leniency to plant in a way so that people could potentially watch it from backside. Yeah, you guys are all up here, so maybe not as important. But this way, like if you were to plant a little bit more in the open, picture a scenario where it's one-on-one Yoru's backside. Like it's way easier for him to like peek the bomb from backside, like just around this corner, than having to come all the way around, you know? So just being conscientious of like how you're planting to set yourself up for success for post-plant. Because see, now two of you guys are further back, and you couldn't even like, if someone pinged bomb from you, for you from back there, like you'd be in a tough spot. And I don't think your Jet has to do that. That was ridiculous.
120.
Nice.
Good clutch.
Grab him. He's just map for sure. I mean, I know you can play shooters. I've seen you play Left 4 Dead. I know it's not a PvP game, but and you're playing Fortnite out there. Wait for smoke. She's gonna dog this again like she always does.
I already killed her.
Look at that. She might be playing Boiler. Randy, can you go under 2 with me?
One's mid.
I like the call. Oh, see, yeah. Good to win that fight. But again, a strange scenario where like you're here by yourself with bomb and no one's with you. Unfortunately, I think, you know, when you make calls like, hey, come under 2 with me, and people don't listen, like what you just kind of have to do is you just have to play with your teammates, even if it's quote unquote wrong or like a bad decision. It's better for you guys to go together in that kind of a scenario. Because again, if you lose that gunfight there, like there's all this smoke shit. So Sova's taking a fight. Jet is by herself. Like it just makes it really, really tough for your team.
One kitchen. That was
Nice.
I'm playing default here. They're coming from mid.
Unlucky. Such a dangerous place to plant, but you didn't really have much of a choice.
It's cross exposure with crosshair. Yeah.
Christ.
It's just like a tools. It feels good. It almost feels as good as.
So yeah, I like that you have ideas in your head and you want to execute certain ways, but like if people aren't listening, like
He's back. I thought Silva was back.
it makes it tough.
He's back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we buying here? What are we doing?
Right off the rip. Can you flash sight a bunch? I'm gonna TP backside.
I like your call there.
Flash.
This is a really dangerous teleport, honestly. I'm glad it worked out, but you know, I'm not sure how you're feeling at this point, right? Like, are you a little bit tilted that the score is 6-11? Is that just like a desperation TP play, you know? Be curious to hear your thoughts on that, if you can even remember what you were feeling at this time.
Default.
Because ultimately your TP didn't do that much. Like you didn't do it in a way where you canceled for information or something like that, but
Jet here.
and now you have nothing on flank. I guess you know that they're both up there. Oh,
Yeah,
unlucky.
Smoke. Play together. You're good.
I'm just trying to think about how you're navigating the site at this point. So 4-4. I like this flash because you did know that there was one there, and that buys you some time. This is still smoked, and now you're falling off, and you have to remember you have a stinger. So you're not really helping your team like contest any fights at the moment. Sova was back here because he was ulting, but like you are just not really doing much. I think it might have been smart for you to hug the wall here and like play this angle like a close fight with the stinger, because even from here, you know, if someone comes like through rafters now and you have this stinger, like it's gonna be really hard for you to win this fight.
In smoke, in smoke, in
And that's
smoke.
just unlucky
You got-
there.
play together. You're good. Backside. You have an arrow. I love that. I love that, dude. I love that so much. Oh god.
So in those post plant sort of scenarios, making sure that you're actually set up in a way to trade with your teammates, you know.
You know what? That's another thing I forgot about. You're actually good at TF too.
And being cognizant of like what gun you have to make sure that you can actually win fights the best way possible would be a good thing to kind of think about.
Absolutely. I'm just gonna smoke top ramp here.
Pushing mid.
How many? Can you arrow?
One more.
Oh, nice.
This guy's gonna be kitchen again.
Oh, wow. Oh, unlucky there. Unlucky. Man, tough. You know, something again, like on this kind of topic of corralling teammates, you guys get 2 picks here, and you guys are just kind of like walking down mid. Yoru's not saying anything. Like, what is the plan? You know, what are you guys gonna do? I have no idea what you have in mind. Like, you go to flash this. I don't think it's a bad idea by any means, but like, are you wanting them to push A? And then it's just tough that he can't get traded there, and then, you know, you're getting shot in the back. That's a really tough scenario to try and win that fight, but
TF2 scout. Is he the sniper? I have the TF2 scout thing on
something
my,
to think about. Like, you know, you guys had a pretty big advantage there at one point. It was what, like 5v3, maybe 4v3, and maybe like taking a second there to think about, okay, how do we like capitalize off of this? Maybe running down middle the way you guys did there wasn't the best sort of decision. And if no one's calling anything, like, maybe it's on you to try and do that, you know?
Oh, sniper's literally called sniper? Well, fuck. Up top. She dashed away. She dashed away. Damn, dude. Smoking snowman? In
There's
here.
a Vandal at your feet.
Nice.
More.
Nice shot. Hell yeah. So still Vandal at your feet. Vandal on your left.
I really want a different rifle.
There you go. You pick up on it. Yeah, tough scenario because you don't really have any information. Like, he could be anywhere, and he has ult. You do still have a minute. So it's kind of like, where does he go now?
Damn it.
Unlucky. Yeah.
Omen diff? Okay.
It's kind of annoying that they pre-typed that, but yeah, that's a tough scenario there. Like, he just swung on you, I guess, right? Like, blindly. You know, you have time there. In that scenario, maybe it's wise. You still had your smokes to try and do some mind games. You know, like, at that point, you don't know which side he's on, but if you put smokes on like A and just wait it out, like, wait like 10-15 seconds, maybe he hears them and he's like, oh, I gotta rotate, you know, just getting into his head a little bit more, because at that point, like, you were kind of playing his game, I think. But yeah, I mean, tough scenario, 1v1, you're already dinked, and he is feeling confident, presumably, because it's 7-13. So I think major takeaways, you generally use smokes really well and your utility well. I think you could use like the shadow step a little bit better, whatever the short range teleport is. I didn't really see you utilize that in too crazy of ways throughout this game. That is a part of the kit. I'd like to see you coordinate with your team around your flash a little bit better at times. I would like to see you kind of corral your teammates on retakes and post plants around like what kind of utility do you guys have left. And then being cognizant of what gun you have and what kind of gunfight you're setting yourself up for. When you have a stinger, you should be playing in post-plant scenarios, like not necessarily one and dones, but angles where you can more easily like ensure that you'll get a kill, or at least be able to get a trade or something, right? So I hope this is helpful. Let me know your thoughts, and yeah, keep your eyes out for more videos.